Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do another quick hydration and video and an update. And before this clicks over, I'd like to my target right now for my main account with Drip is basically when it gets to point two, of a drip, that's when I hydrate. And I use that as my measuring stick to kind of hydrate across the board of all the projects that I'm invested in as well. And I'll walk you through all of those. But before I get going, while I'm waiting for this to kind of click over to point two here, by the way, I did hydrate the Healing the D wallet, which you can check out the kickoff video to let you know what this channel is about. It is not specifically a drip channel, even though it's called Healing the D with Drip Network. I'm using Drip to actually donate to nonprofits. You can go check out the video, but this is really a compounding passive income channel. So I'm going to cover a bunch of things that I'm, that are generating revenue for me and sharing that with everybody. So, but here's why I'm concerned while I'm waiting for this. I think a lot of folks are brand new and they're automatically jumping into Drip. This is their first project, right? And the awesomeness of Drip and Drip Garden, and some of you are finding baked beans. These are your first projects. You've never experienced any difficulty or a crypto winter or downturn, and then you start freaking out and selling everything like a traditional lemming, retail investor does, right? And Jim Harbaugh kind of commented on Ohio State's head coach there, who took over for Herb, and basically said, because he enjoyed success off of what Urban Meyer built there and the recruiting, and won't get into how that all worked out, but basically, made the comment that, some guys were, born on third base and thought they hit a triple. And that is so profound because it's so appropriate for folks who are just jumping in, their first ever experience in any kind of crypto, let alone DeFi, and they're bound to get rugged. We all are going to get rugged at some point, right? And lose some money on this, but they're jumping in. This is their first project and think they're going to basically hit home runs every time they step up to the plate, and that is not the case. So I encourage you all to do your own research, because I am not your barber, not your manicurist, your pedicurist. I am certainly not your financial advisor. So, again, do your own research. If you're an aardvark, I am your financial advisor. If you are literally an aardvark that has the fur, the long nose, and you eat ants, I'm your financial advisor. But that being said, that's my concern, is that a lot of folks are going to get in this and think that they're going to hit nothing but home runs, and they might end up getting kind of wrecked. So just beware that, not everything is as awesome as Drip Network. This is truly, I think the greatest project in DeFi, let alone it may end up being the greatest project in crypto after all is said and done. So, anyway, I think that, just wanted to share my concern there. And then again, there's a new guy I've been following, and he's basically is, what's the name of this guy? Beach Office put out a really good video. I'll put the link in the in the description here, but he had a video called "I Know the Protocol Works," and I think that that's important for you guys to kind of check him out. He had some really good content there, so shout out to Beach Office. I think he's doing a good job with his content. So anyway, check that video out. Like I said, I'll leave a link to that. And I'm going to start, I think, actually interviewing some of these new tubers is what I'm going to call them, that are, positive on, the projects that I'm invested in, and, not spreading FUD, but spreading information and education, because at the end of the day, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your friend. I'm just a data point. You've got to check things out yourself. And, again, I put about $10 into another project I just heard about that, was interesting to me. It's a BUSD miner. And so I'm not going to really cover that because, again, I want to see how it goes. But once I do start, pushing it a little bit more and feel like it's going to have some longevity, I'll start covering that as well for you guys. And again, not encouraging you or telling you to, but just sharing with you what I'm doing. So, and again, all the links to the projects I'm invested in are in the description as well. If you're looking for a buddy list and a referral, I do have playlists of other content providers also, so check them out. I've not been doing a great job of putting new video in there, but there's at least one video in there for you to check them out if you're brand new to DeFi and to Drip Network and the other, miners and passive income projects that are out there. That being said, we're 5 minutes in. We're over the 0.2 mark. Gonna go. This is starting to pump up for me too here. It's quicker and quicker to that mark. I might have to bump it up to that 0.25, but let me go ahead and hydrate for you all. Uh-oh, there we go. And again, Stunner Breezy is always putting out great content as usual. He's an OG, and my brother and I, Nitro, shout out to Nitro, hashtag shout out to Nitro, are trying to figure out what city Stunner lives in. I'm of the opinion that he may live in the upper Midwest in a colder city, because he mentioned in one of his videos that he took a trip to Chicago. People from down south typically don't travel to Chicago in the middle of winter for a vacation, is one thing I've noticed. And then, so you got either from, the Detroit, Midwest area, Cleveland, maybe Indy, somewhere along those lines, maybe Milwaukee, and that if you're used to those types of climates, then you'll go to Chicago in the wintertime, right? Even though it's cold there on Michigan Avenue in LaSalle, if you're trying to do some shopping. But that being said, he also mentioned Blimpie, getting a Blimpie with some of your cash outs that you're taking from the Drip network, and that tells me that he's also maybe from the Midwest. So we're kind of playing where in the world is Stunner Breezy. But anyway, shout out to Stunner Breezy. He's got a playlist. Shout out to like I said, Beach Office, and you'll be a link there, and I'll get Crypto Baker on here, maybe see if he'll do an interview with me, even though he's over in Australia somewhere. So anyway, just hydrated. We're at 217 here, and we're pushing up on 20 on the Healing the D. I'm not going to switch over just for the sake of time. So I'm going to also spend a little time on my plants here. I'm going to hydrate this here in a second, right? Let me just refresh, because I want to show you the stats while I'm waiting for this, and I'll click over in a minute. But I'm getting a plant every 3 minutes and 28 seconds now, right? My goal is I want to plant every minute. That's the big one for me. I want to get there. So, just a personal goal that I have. Price is down in Drip. Let me switch back over. It was at 29 earlier today when I kind of switched over to the swap page here, and it's that back up to 32. So we're seeing a good floor at that low $30 mark, which the whole market has been down last time I checked. I don't check the market all that much anymore, by the way, just because I'm going to go ahead and hydrate here. Refresh. See how many plants I'm going to hydrate here. And by the way, I when I get to baked beans, I'm going to tell you my new strategy that I have for pretty much for all of my information here. So I'm going to go ahead and plant these seeds, do it real time. Again, we just hit that 12,000 mark over the weekend. So we're there, we're pumping up. And I think in the next, obviously, I think maybe tomorrow, end of day tomorrow, we'll be at 13,000. And when I put a new video up at the end of the week, maybe we'll be at 14. I'll take a look and see. Actually, I can show you right now. Yeah, I should be on the 23rd, which is the Saturday. Actually, the 22nd, I should be at 14,000 plants. So that's always a good positive thing. So there we go. Pushed over to 12, almost at 12.5. So let me refresh this, because I want to just cover some things with you, because this is again, it's getting good. Even though the price is going down, let's cover some stats. Now it went down to 3 minutes and 27 seconds there. Okay. And I'm not really concerned about the BUSD here, right? Or the USD in terms of what I'm earning here. It's really all about this LP. And right now, this LP, I'm getting about 9 a day, right? Staying over there. I really want to try and push this up, but there's a lot of things that go into play here, right? The price of drip. So, but again, when that gets stronger and that goes up, that's when you're making money. When I'm taking the same strategy that I'm taking with baked beans, a 6-day compound or rebake, and then you eat 1 day, right? And I'm doing that after I take my Sabbath on Saturdays. I don't do anything financial. I really try and just take that as my day of rest. And so after sundown, I will then go in and check out my wallets, do the hydrating. But I'm basically taking the same approach. If you look at drip here, and again, we're still on that swap page. So let me get back over here to the faucet. When I compounded this, or when I took my profits, after 24 hours here, I got about 2 drip from the faucet, and then I got about 2 drip from the garden, and I got about 100 BUSD from the garden, right? So that's the nice thing about the garden. The garden is really pumping for me, man. I mean, it's producing quite a bit. Now, it's higher risk there, because if that contract goes to 0, we're all in trouble. I don't think that's going to happen, but, that being said, you see that I have this here. I am not planning on ever selling my drip, just to let you know. BUSD and BNB, the projects that I'm at, I plan on using that for income. But I think that drip, because of that 1,000,000 to 1 you know, or that $1 million, or that, sorry, that $1 million, that million token, you know, circulating supply that it has versus, you know, Bitcoin's 21 million. I think Drip, with all the things that are coming out, I think it has the potential to catch up, and if not, maybe surpass that Bitcoin price point, right? And so that's why I'm hanging on to this. I'll start new wallets, or maybe give it to family, you know, to kind of get them going on this whenever they're open and receptive to that. But just wanted to give you a heads up there. So that LP is what it's all about. And it takes about a little bit over 8 you know, LP to get me to BNB. So I'm getting a little bit over to, I'm sorry, BNB to Drip. I'm getting a little bit over to Drip here, right? So plants, this is where I'm at. Point, they've added this, by the way. I really like the Drip form, .formulate.finance. Go ahead and pay that guy a little bit of cash. It's nothing to you guys, right? But I'm getting to that point where this is going to show me, I want, like I mentioned earlier, I want to get to that 1 minute, but they just added the 1 minute metric, right? And here's the second in terms of seeds here. So, and then another good stat, you want to take a look at the contract stats here. This is a little bit delayed. I don't know what the deal is with this not syncing up, but it's at showing $32, but I've never seen that really sync up well. And this will show you how much you're currently generating with the plants that you're growing. So check that out. You know, it's good for you to have some goals and to figure some things out there. But that, I just wanted to show you guys the detail of the stats here. And again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not actually, just let me go ahead and copy this. Sorry for all this quick scrolling here. I'm trying to just copy this plant number here. Basically, what you're going to see, and I'll show you here, right? Let me go ahead and update this. And I can tell you, I know I'm going to hit 14,000 this week, and I'll do that video for y'all on Friday. Like I said, when I click over here, I have availability on Friday to do that for you. But we'll click over there and we'll get there. So, but you can see this thing is going to start really, really pumping, baby. You know, in the next couple of weeks, man, I'll be generating some really, really good you know, drip and BUSD here. So let's jump over to Piston, and then I'm going to let you guys go after I do my compounding with baked beans here, and I'll show you my baked beans. But let me just hit that nitro there again. You know, Piston is doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, they basically, it's a fork of, you can see that it's, where are we at? Back up to almost 11, 12 bucks. So I took some profit on that one. Is 11, actually a little bit lower than this. So it looks like it's starting to pump up. That's all right. That's good. You know, it's always good to take some profit when you can. I still have over 100. So I'm generating 1.13, you know, Piston token every day. So, and then let me go over here and let me just refresh and show you guys 0.30, right? So I'll go ahead and rebake for you guys here, but, this thing in the next couple of days, I should start to be generating 1 BNB, which is a little bit over 400 bucks. It's been hanging in there between 399, 4, you know, 4.25, you know. So again, that's pretty good revenue. And I think in the middle of May, I should be at almost 2 BNB. And this contract continues to grow, man. I mean, it really continues to grow. So, I mean, I just want to, you know, encourage you guys. I'm not telling you to do it, but I encourage you guys to consider it for, you know, short-term generation of, you know, some of your fees maybe, you know, but this is the granddaddy of the miners right here, the baked beans. So, and I have a link in my description as well if you're going to think about checking that out. Listen, don't go all in. Put a little bit in if you're going to try something. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, but don't put anything in that you can't afford to lose. But as they all say, but this thing is generating some good revenue. So there we go. So it jumped up, and again, I'll be at 250 you know, million beans before the end of the week. My goal is to get to that $1 billion, to that Billy Club, as Stunna calls it. I like that. But anyway, that's going to be that. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you my diamond team too. I'm just going to go ahead and compound this and reinvest it. On all of these platforms, again, as I mentioned, on Saturday night, I took profit. I took profits, you know, and I'm going to start doing that and making that weekly. And I hyper compound, meaning I compound, hydrate, or, you know, recompound or rebake multiple times during the day. You know, the cost of the fees are really insignificant in my mind. So there we go. This should click over for you as well too. And there you went. So, and then also for the drip faucet, just so you know, I've been compounding. I haven't added anymore. I got about 1.5 BNB in there, but you can see I have not withdrawn anything and don't plan on this. I'm just being a good citizen. If all of us who are in, you know, the drip network and faucet and the you know, also the drip garden were to put 1 BNB in this, it would help solidify the floor of drip. So that's going to do it, everybody. Have a good one. Hope you had a good holiday weekend, and we will talk to you at the next video.